Overhead camera setups can enhance your storytelling. In this video, I'm going to show you some easy and affordable options for an overhead camera setup to get shots just like these. I'm Andrew Can, and if I can have an easy, practical, and affordable overhead camera setup, then you can too. When it comes to content creation, an overhead camera setup can give you a unique perspective on things. Like, for example, maybe you're unboxing a product for your story, like this Elgato Flex arm, which you can see in action if you keep watching until the end of this video. The first setup is perfect for drawing, showcasing something cool your friends got you. Maybe you just want to highlight old memories from your photos. No matter the reason, overhead camera setups can really enhance your storytelling. When I was researching overhead camera setups for this video, there were multiple different options, but a lot of them were only designed for one way. The setups in this video are going to be focusing on being the most multifunctional as possible. So, if you would like to create one of the setups you see here, I'll have affiliate links in the description to everything that I show. With that in mind, I want to start by saying the best camera you have is the one you have on you. These setups will work with either a smartphone or more professional cameras. However, always check the weight the setup can handle, starting with the first option. I'll call this the affordable tabletop overhead camera setup. This setup utilizes Elgato's master mount system, specifically the L variation. I picked this up for about $50 USD. I like this setup because you can attach it to a desk like so, or get a weighted table mount. It also has many attachments that you can use to customize the mount. The choice is up to you. This setup can reach a max height of 49 inches, which is impressive for a desktop stand and can support lights, cameras, microphones, etc. I'll also have some alternatives linked in the description down below that do the same thing. I've just never had an issue with any of my Elgato gear, so I decided to give it a try for this video. Back to the overhead camera setup. All I have to do for this is set up the master mount over the spot I want to film. Here is where I want it for this example. Once the stand is secure, I then remove this ball head by unscrewing it here. Once that's off, I'll then slide in the Elgato FlexArm S. At the end of the FlexArm S, I'm going to add my phone mount in the horizontal orientation, so it will match the rest of my shots. However, if I'm doing YouTube Shorts or TikToks, I can always make it vertical to match those platforms' needs. This setup here is actually how I shot some of the overhead shots before. With that said, to help make your shots better, I recommend placing down some colorful backdrops. You can get poster boards in multiple colors. Use a computer desk mat, or, if you have them, light reflectors. I also want to say, make sure to add things in the shots that are things you love. For me, it's usually a book, camera, game, etc. This is where you can bring things you like personally into your creative projects. For example, this cat. Comment down below if you recognize where he is from. The next thing I can do is use this clamp from SmallRig that's about $16 USD to connect it to the stand and then have a camera mounted, so I can then film myself and the overhead camera rig at the same time. However, if you just need a top-down shot, you can skip this step. Now, when it comes to lighting an overhead camera setup, I recommend a large key light and softbox. If you want a good affordable recommendation, then I recommend Godox's SL100 series, which I'll have a card to on screen, which you can check out that light after you watch this video. If you don't have a light, you can set up a small table near a window and use the window for natural lighting. When it comes to lighting, your camera or smartphone will benefit from more light. Here's an example of my setup in front of the window to give you an idea of how you could set it up. Now, I could use my mirrorless camera with this setup too, but Elgato hasn't really said what's the weight this thing can support, and when I was researching, they gave vague yet honest answers on Twitter, which is, it does depend what you put on it. For me, I'd recommend probably no more than 4 pounds on this setup, so a smartphone or a light mirrorless camera is perfect for this setup. However, if you want a system that is multifunctional and can support a lot more weight, then this next setup is perfect. You'll need a few things: a C-stand and a grip arm, sandbags, which, if you want to learn how to make your own, I'll have a card on screen, a 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch rapid adapter, a ball head, and the camera of your choice. A C-stand is an important piece of filmmaking gear and can be used in so many ways. A C-stand can be moved anywhere around where you're filming and has different height options. Its wide feet make it a great option for weight distribution, so it can support a higher range of weight for bigger setups. Once you set up your C-stand, I attach the grip arm to the top of the stand and have it over the area I want to film. Then, I attach the rapid adapter to the grip arm. I can add it to the end of my grip arm or anywhere on the arm I want just by tightening it. I can attach my camera to the 1/4 inch rapid adapter directly if I'd like. This is a pretty solid setup already. The issue I have with this setup is it's hard to remove the camera quickly. Since I have a Joby GorillaPod 3K kit, I can take my GorillaPod's ball head and easily add it to my rapid adapter for more range of motion, and I can also use its quick release plate to easily remove my camera. I also know that this ball head is rated to support 6.6 pounds. For this setup, I'm going to replace it with Joby's vertical L bracket. That way, I can easily add a microphone to the back of the bracket and can record good audio and video while filming from the top down. Another option is using a quick release head like this one from Manfrotto. For this version, you'll need to pair it with a 3/8 inch rapid adapter. With this tripod head and quick release system from Manfrotto, it can support more weight and release my camera easily. This setup can be brought anywhere and let you be creative with what kind of shots you get. I could easily use this setup when I'm cooking. I could use it when I want to show off something I've received. Or maybe I want to show off my keyboard and mouse when I'm gaming. Whatever the need, this setup gives you a lot of flexibility. Because the C-stand overhead setup can hold more weight, I can also change the lenses on my Sony ZV-10 here to get a different feel for my shot. If you don't have a mirrorless camera, again, you can just use your phone. Whatever you use this setup for, you can also have accessories too, like this clamp arm that I can use to help light this overhead setup. I also want to mention that depending the weight of the camera, you might need a sandbag at the end of the grip arm to counterbalance the weight so the C-stand doesn't tip over. Between these two overhead camera setups, use what fits your budget and your needs. I use both of these setups for different things and have really enjoyed using them both. I want to know, are you going to use an overhead camera setup, and what shots do you want to film? Let me know in those comments down below. Do you want to learn more about affordable filmmaking? Then check out that video on screen on how you can create YouTube thumbnails for free. And finally, remember, I'm Andrew Can, and if I can, you can too.